Good day guys, and welcome for this Matlab Activity 1 tutorial. And in our group, we're basically four: me, Andre, Siegfried, Irold, Delphine, John Rose Ortiz, and Anthony So. But for the sake of there is one who will do the video presentation, I'll be taking for that. And of course, to start our Activity 1 Matlab as calculator, we need these applications: Octave Online, that can be found if you just search on the internet. And by the way, this activity was already done last midterms, and this just for the sake of final output, wherein we are tasked to have a video presentation of every activities, and the activity that was given to us was this Activity 1 Matlab as calculator. So let's start. Of course, open first your Octave Online, and here are the basic Matlab symbols, order of precedence, of course, like the MDAS, PEMDAS, the display format, wherein it's number of digits, the angle functions, of course, the trigonometric functions, exponentiation or logarithmic functions, and rounding off functions, also imaginary number functions, and other miscellaneous functions. But we will have our most basics of this Matlab. And also the constants, by the way, especially the pi, we're in 3.1459. So we already have our software, which is Octave Online instead of Matlab, because we do not have Matlab, but still Octave Online works like Matlab, so that's good. So let's try this. Just a recap from the past. From the first example, let us try 1 plus 3. So for an easier, let's just copy and insert 1 plus 3. Of course, it's 4. Basically, just like this scientific calculator, of course, Octave Online works like that. Still, it's 4. So that is for basic addition. And for this, Octave Online has two types of division, wherein the slash, the normal slash, and the backslash. So let's try first the normal one, wherein it is called the right division. So let's copy. It says 8 over 3, and 8 over 3 is 2.67 or 6667, and so on. That's the basic division. And how about if we are going to reverse it, or we use the backslash? So there is 0.3750. What does it mean? It only means that this left division is because 8 over 3 answers like dividing 3 over 8. So yeah, it's the same, 0.375. It means that 8 backslash 3 is also known as 3 the normal slash 8. So just reverse, but not reversing the main digits. Okay, next was here, Matlab rules for expression. So let's try copying this. We're in there. So it says 6.5. So let's try it on the calculator. Slash over 8 multiplied by 2 raised to 3 times 3 over 2 minus 1. Yeah, it's 13 over 2 or 6.5. As you notice, this one indicates, of course, the power. So it means 2 raised to 3. That asterisk is for multiplication. Of course, plus is addition, subtraction is that minus, and that slash is for division. So again, just remember the PEMDAS we're in. The parentheses, exponent or explanation, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So it's like on the MDAS, multiplication and division works like the same, wherein which comes first will go first, and also in addition and subtraction, which comes first from left going to right, or left going to right, the equation will go first. About this one, 3 plus, it says 98, and of course 3 plus 3 over 8 multiplied, of course that's the asterisk to raise to this. So that is raised to 3 times 3 or 9. But let's put 3 times 3. Then slash over 2 minus 1. Yeah, it's 98. As you can see, you might be lost if this is 2 raised to the quantity of 3 multiplied by 3 all over 2 minus 1. So it's not like that. So you must take first, based from this calculator, you must take that highlighted one, or you get there. You must take it as one term. So 3 plus this highlighted minus 1. So all in all, those are 3 terms. Because addition and subtraction is like the barrier wherein you can see how many terms will be there. So just like a mathematical equations. So here's the explanation of here, of course, from left to right. Order of precedence, just remember the PEMDAS. And let's try this one. Connection lost. That happens when, you know, we're not familiar if there is a loss of internet. So that one makes it some sort of connection losses. Over 2, then minus 1. Yeah, it's 10 point, if you can only see, still the same in the calculator, 10.485. So this is just 3 decimal places, but in the calculator it's 8 decimal places. But we can make that longer if you want to be more exact. If you're going to use the format E or format long, E long, like something like that, and that is helpful. So let's try this. Last. So of course the parenthesis, then 3 plus 3 over 8 multiplied by 2 raised to the quantity of 3 times 3 over 2, then minus 1. It's 81.95. Actually here it's 948 something, and it's the same 95 if we're going to round. So here is the variable assignment. We're going to try this one. So let's try this. My name, just like the other one, for minus 1 must be 3, right? So there. If 4 minus 1 is 3, and definitely my name will be equal to 3 also. That's only the concept of variable assignment. And here is the using, what's this? The radius, calculation for radius. So let's try this. Copy this first. There is also a function wherein we're going to put the percent first. It indicates the comments, wherein just for a guide, for us not to be lost, just a label. And there, if we set radius is equal to 5, and we get the area of course, pi r squared, or pi multiplied by radius squared, it's 78.54. Or on the calculator, just input pi multiplied by 5 squared. It's 25 pi. The answer was 25 pi, or 78.53981634, or simply rounding off 5.54. That's the calculation for circle area, of course. And here, let's try this mistake. Example, again, this is a mistake. Example, we're computing the sine of an angle, wherein we will input, for example, 30 angle, then the sine of that, it's actually negative 0.9880, but we all know that it's not the answer because it must be 0.5, right? Inputting on your calculator. But instead, do not do this. So this was wrong. The appropriate one was use this. That 180, that over 180 is the conversion of degrees and the radians and vice versa. And we'll know that if we enter it, of course, the answer will be 0.5, just like in the calculator. So that's the correct calculation of sine of an angle, and so on. You can try it on other trigonometric functions too. And this one, the one I'm telling you, for the format long, let me copy this. Format long, then area. So a while ago, the area was this one, right? The 78.540, and now it's 78.53981633974483. So that's long. So how many decimal places are done? I guess it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right? Yeah, 14 decimal places. So that's the format long if we want to be more exact or specific with our answers in terms of decimals. So how about if a little bit shorter, but still there is a decimal? Of course, that's for format short E. So let's copy that and let's write for the area. I guess this is around 4. Yeah, there. 7.8540, then E plus 01, so it indicates the exponent. Yeah, exponent. That's for the format short E. So depending on what is required, you can of course manipulate what type of format do you want. So this is just a repetition for format long E. By the way, on the other one is format long, while this one is not a repetition but with E. So let's try this with E. Just like on the format short E, the area, let's type it. Area will already have an exponent wherein raised to 0 or 1. And of course, if you are done, just type quit. And there, you have already exited your Octave Online. That's all, you're done. And for the exercises, maybe let's just try some of it. This one, the first one. So let's reconnect again, and let's type 3 raised to 2.5. So how is it? So 3 raised to 2.5 is simply 3 raised to 2.5. And of course, there's a division over there. Then you type this one, 3 raised to 2.5 raised to 2.5 minus 1 there. And as you can notice, Octave Online will think that this is 2 terms. So in order to be safe, I am putting parentheses to indicate that it is really that. So the answer would be 1.0685. So let's compare it with this. Let's type first on the parentheses 1 minus 1 over 3 raised to 2.5, then raised to negative 1. Let's see if that's the same. Yeah, we got the same answers even though expressed differently. So since we are not yet trying the square root, let's try this. What's this? Square root can be represented by SQRT x or x raised to 0.5. Yes, because when we transform it into a fraction or exponent, square root is just 1/2 or 0.5. And in Octave Online or Matlab, that could be also used. So let's just try SQRT. So let's first try on the calculator. 7 multiplied 7 times square root of 7 minus 2 parenthesis square root of 5 plus 1 squared, then minus 3. So the answer here is negative 2.5683 and so on. So let's try if the answer we're going to get is around that also. So let's put 7, then multiplied, asterisk, so to be safe, parenthesis, this part, square root of 7. So again, I will put first the division, then square root of 7, SQRT, 7, then, by the way, to be safer, another parenthesis to indicate that this one belongs to the top, that square root of 7 minus 2. So SQRT 7 minus 2. Then on the bottom, square root of 5 is, let's try this time, 5. This one, the 5 raised to 0.5 plus 1, then squared, of course that is raised to 2, then minus 3. There. So we got the same answers. Negative 2.5684. So it's worked. The SQRT, or you will transform to raise to 0.5. So we already tried this. No need, I guess. Because we all know that pi. So just for verification, let's try typing pi. Pi. There. So it's 3.1416, but we all know that it's really long. So 3.14, 15, 92, 65, 4, and I know that's so on. So for the next, for the E, maybe let's just try 1, I guess, because again, almost the same concept. So for the E, or just let's just look over here. Exponent raised to 5 is simply 148.41. So let's try E. It says that E must be written as EXP, then 5. There, 148.41 and so on. And for the ln, that ln or log symbolizes log only. So as you can see here, maybe it's just so small, but let's try this. Instead of ln, what we type is log, then exp or exponent 5. So let's try it on the calculator. Ln of e raised to 5 should be 5. 5, right? Let's see. Yeah, the answer is 5. And so on the others too. And for the sign, it works the same, but for this one, if we are looking for already expressed in radians, we all need to do is just put the pi, and we do not need to put over 180 just like from the other one. So from this, let's try sine. So what we must input was sine parenthesis pi over 5. So sine pi over 5 is sine pi over 5. Again, on my calculator it's 0.01, but here it's 0.5. But my calculator also was in degrees, so I'll just change it to radians, and there, we arrived to the same answer, 0.5873. So no need if this one and also this one. But for this tangent, since it's degrees, we must first put the over 180 and so on. And the same thing works from the others, and I guess that's it from this tutorial of Matlab as calculator, the basics of Matlab. I hope you have learned something, and again, we are group 1, Andre, Siegfried, John Rose, and Anthony. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.